Merry Christmas, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for joining us for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan, where we'll pick our top swing trading stocks to watch for the holiday week of December 26th through December 30th. We all hope that you're having a very Merry Christmas, or you've had a very Merry Christmas. We hope that you've seen our Christmas card from our BeachBum trading family. So again, thank you all for taking some time out of your holidays. And again, we hope you're having a very Merry holiday. And thank you for joining us today. D.S. Gregg, Ollie in the Bay, Walter Lyons, glad to see you all. Thank you for joining us on this Christmas Day. We greatly appreciate it. And again, we hope you and your family are having a wonderful Christmas and holiday season. So we'll go ahead and get started. Again, this is part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for the trading week of December 26th through December 30th, and we'll pick our top swing trading stocks to put on our various watch lists for trading this week. Just a quick reminder to everyone that the markets are closed on Monday, December 26th, in observance of Christmas. If you have not already seen part 1 of our weekly trading game plan, where we talk about if there's going to be a Santa Claus Rally in 2022, we would highly recommend that you also view part 1, as that has all of our market analysis, our trading strategies, trading ideas for this week. This is our notes, our Google document with our notes for our weekly trading game plans. You should be able to find a link to this Google document in the description box below, as well as a link to the public Google Drive folder where we store our Google documents for our weekly trading game plan notes, so you can access these bonus links to tools, etc., and reference back for our weekly trading game plan notes for past weekly trading game plans. Another quick reminder, I probably should have mentioned this yesterday in part 1, but since I was thinking about it, working on some things with end of year taxes, I just wanted to remind everybody, this is kind of the last year if you're going to make any contributions to retirement accounts, IRAs, Roth IRAs, HSAs before the end of the year to try to maximize your tax benefits. I know there are some additional rules. I don't know all the details. I'm not a tax attorney. I'm not an accountant, a CPA, or a lawyer. But I know I always try to maximize my tax benefits by making contributions before the end of the year to retirement accounts. So I just thought I would mention that for everyone's benefit as well. So we'll talk about first just some of the trades that we made this week. As we've been talking for several weeks now, we're expanding our option strategies into selling cash secured puts. Since we're kind of in a bear market, a downtrending market, there's opportunities to sell puts. Again, we're working mostly in retirement accounts, so we're selling cash secured puts, and this week we sold a cash secured put on Amazon at the 81 strike price at $255. And again, our strategy is potentially to buy these back cheaper. This was only a January 20th, 2023 cash secured put, so we bank some money on that. We may try to buy it back if Amazon bounces back, or we can let it expire and just keep that premium if it doesn't get exercised early. I'll talk about that a little bit towards the end. We also sold a cash secured put on Tesla at 126.67, January 20th, 23 expiration at 455. So again, we banked that. And again, if Tesla bounces back up, we may buy that back cheaper and keep the premium, or we may let that expire worthless if it doesn't get exercised early. Again, I'll talk about this again later, but I was a little surprised that the Tesla one didn't get exercised early, because Tesla did dip below that strike price. But that's, again, we're fine with that. That's part of our strategy, to pick a strike price that we'd be happy owning those stocks if they do get exercised, or we'll just keep the premium. Also, we got stopped out of our position, our long position in USOI, which is the ETN, monthly dividend paying ETN on oil. We had entered on the 7th. We held that through the ex-dividend date on the 18th, so we got to collect the monthly dividend, the nice monthly dividend for December, and then we sold it for a greater than 2% ROI profit, which equates to about a 4.7% monthly profit on the 22nd at 80.63. So congratulations to all of our fellow BeachBum traders who also profited from this scalp or swing trade on USOI. And again, if that declines, if oil declines back to the 70-ish area, we'll look to buy back into USOI again, ideally before the next ex-dividend date, which is, I would expect, will be somewhere around January 18th or so to collect the January monthly dividend. Welcome again. Thank you for joining us on this Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well and to your family. Thank you for joining us in the live chat. So we'll take a look at each of these trades. Again, if you'd like to get real-time trade alerts when we make trades, when we get closed trades, get stopped out, etc., you can join our Patreon. We try to post those trades to our Patreon to get email notifications as soon as possible after we make these trades. And also, they have access to the alerts channel in our Discord. And those trades, we also post to the alerts channel in our Discord. So if it's based on a Thinkorswim price alert, price alerts from Thinkorswim also get automatically posted to the Thinkorswim alerts channel in our Discord. And if we follow that up with a trade, as you can see, here's our closing out of our USOI trade posted in the Thinkorswim. If it's not based on a Thinkorswim price alert, you can see where we sold the cash secured puts on Tesla and Amazon. So if it would be a benefit to you to get alerts on the trades that we're making, you can join our Patreon and have access to those and also get email notifications whenever we make a trade. Now, as always, we don't recommend that you or anyone blindly follow us into any of our trades. Everyone's situation, trading style, personality, etc. situation is different. But if it would be a benefit to you to see what trades we're making, then you can have access to that by joining our Patreon via the link in the description box and also in the notes here. So we'll take a quick look at that USOI trade. Again, we entered on this dip around the 7th. Well, you can see where our original price was. It declined a little bit. Again, we held it through this because we wanted to collect the monthly dividend on the ex-dividend date was the 18th. So after the 18th, when USOI went up, when oil rose, you can see it rolled over, just briefly broke below that pivot point, and so we close that out. It looks like it's potentially rolling over. Oil kind of bounced off the $80 level, and we'll have to see if it declines and bounces back down towards that 75-70 level. And again, if USOI comes down here, we'll buy it back, ideally before the next ex-dividend date, and we'll keep doing this scalp swing trade as long as we can keep scalping it for a nice profit and collecting the nice monthly dividend. So this is a real nice, very nice, profitable type of trade that we like. So we hope that helps. I don't have specific lessons learned. We share them, and there's a public channel in our Discord where all of our BeachBum traders can share lessons learned, benefit from other people's lessons learned. I don't have anything specific this week, so we'll start to look at our real-time watch list updates for this week. Again, our real-time watch lists are ones we're looking at. They look like they have a potential setup for this week. We have automation that runs, alerts me of price movements in these stocks on our primary watch list. Welcome, Alan Krantz. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for joining us as well. So in addition to our watch list for this week is BOIL, which is the leveraged ETF long on natural gas. We talked about and looked at the futures for natural gas yesterday. You notice it dipped below 5 during the week. It's been kind of bouncing between 5 and 7. It did dip down. It declined pretty significantly and then dipped down below 5. I did try to take a trade in BOIL on Friday. Didn't quite catch it. We'll take a look at that in the charts in Webull in a minute. And again, if natural gas drops below 5, around 475, we'll take a scalp trade on long on natural gas and BOIL. Disney, we've been watching. As we mentioned, we've sold a cash secured put at the 85 strike price. January expiration date on Disney already. But it has declined. So if you're looking to go long on Disney, there may be an opportunity. Again, we already have this cash secured put position on Disney. FCAP is a regional bank. I do have a due diligence video under construction on FCAP. It's not quite completed yet, but as soon as I complete that, then we'll make that available to our BeachBum trading community. Again, this is a regional bank. They pay a small dividend. It's trading below cash, appears to be profitable. We moved it up from the bullpen on the 16th. So again, we're watching that. It's pretty illiquid, pretty choppy, so it's not easy to trade. I do have a buyout on it and just waiting for that to hit. Yeah, MP, DS Greg mentioned MP materials came down nicely. Yeah, we added that to our primary watch list up from our bullpen on the 16th, and you can see our previous due diligence video on MP via this link below, or you can find it in our channel. Again, we're waiting for it to come down just a little bit and reach support and then, swing back up ideally. MSOS we've had. This is a cannabis ETF. As we've looked at the risk reward profile, we kind of like it a little bit better than MJ, and we'll see that in our ETF spreadsheet as well. And we're still watching that to establish a decent support and swing back up. We're going to take SOXS off of our watch list. We've been watching it for a while. We thought maybe a push up in tech would push SOXS, that's a short on semiconductors, back down, but it's pretty much run up, and I'm not going to chase it at this point. There was also some negative news from Micron, so that again caused SOXS to run up. So again, we're not going to chase it at this level. We'll wait for it to cycle back down. Seagate, we've been watching for a while. It kind of ran up a little bit too, so we're waiting for that to come down a little bit. Yeah, I believe it did start to come down a little bit on Thursday, Friday, in the decline in the markets. And we talked about trading volatility. We've made some nice scalps over when we had the CPI and the Fed interest rate decision. The VIX popped up a little bit on the past week. The market declined with the GDP data, etc. So it was sitting around 20. It spiked up to about 25. It looks like it's declining now again. Right now it's sitting at 2087. So we would ideally like the VIX below 20. 1895 was the most recent low. So somewhere around that, we'd like to go long again on volatility on the VIX using UVXY. And again, we'll take a look at that in a minute in Webull as well. Also, if you would like to get intra-week updates to our various watch lists, including price targets, etc., we have an automatically generated web page that our Patreons have access to, and we also have a channel, stock watch list updates, in our Discord that our Patreons have access to. So if you'd like to get intra-week, or if I even make changes during the day, before market, I will post them out in the stocks watch list channel in our Discord that our Patreons have access to. So again, if you'd like to get more frequent updates to our watch list, including price targets, you can have access to all of that via our Patreon. So now let me grab a drink a second, and then we'll look at the charts in Webull for our real-time watch list. Welcome, Alan Krantz. If I didn't see you before, say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. And yes, to answer your question, Alan, Japan did make a change to their the way that they're buying back their bonds last week. We did look at the treasuries and the foreign currencies a little bit yesterday. In terms of individual stocks, we can look at it in the ETF spreadsheet as well. I don't have a strong feel for that other than the yen did rally based on that, and it will put some will change some of the behavior between U.S. bonds, etc., and foreign currencies. But yeah, we'll look at it and see if there's anything we can see, any opportunities in the ETF spreadsheet as well. Just a quick reminder, if you're not already using Webull, they're still offering 12 free stocks. As you can see, we use Webull for our market analysis, much of our due diligence. So it's our favorite trading platform. We do the majority of our trading in Webull. And again, if you're not already using Webull, you can get up to 12 free stocks just by opening an account. You get 2 free stocks. You deposit any amount, even a penny, you can get 10 more free stocks. And each of those is valued from $3,000 to $3,000. Again, we like the 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. trading hours from Webull, and there's some nice opportunities that sometimes arise at that 4 a.m. open. So I'm usually up and around before that 4 a.m. open or close to it to see if I can take advantage of some of those opportunities. A good example of that is the potential opportunity in Boyle. You can see you can have multiple watch lists in Webull, and we have some videos on how to create and maintain these watch lists in Webull. And again, you can see sometimes you see right at, well, there was a gap up around, 4 or 5 a.m. in Boyle. You can see what we're looking at in Boyle. Actually, I have an order sitting out at 1706 right now on Boyle, which was the most recent low. I did try to catch this little bit of a run up on Friday. You can see you have to be pretty nimble. I didn't quite catch it, and I wasn't going to chase it. And then, as you can see, it started to roll over. So I pulled that order, put it back down at 1706, which again is the recent low on Boyle. So if I go back farther, I'll see that at that 475 natural gas price. So again, right now I'm holding it there. We might get a gap down. We'll see if we get a gap down on Tuesday. Might catch that. That might be a good example of one of these 4 a.m. ETF rebalancing gaps where we can take advantage of that using Webull. So again, this would be a short-term scalp in natural gas, just because the price has been declining rapidly. We still do have a long position in cold. We're selling covered calls against that position in cold, KOLD, which is the short on natural gas. So maybe we'll get a double whammy and be able to sell those covered calls and get a long scalp in Boyle. Again, you need to be nimble. Natural gas is pretty volatile, can be quite unpredictable, so please be careful. You use stops, watch your position. Again, natural gas can swing, 10% in a given day. So, and again, just a reminder, none of this is financial advice. It's for education and entertainment purposes only. Welcome, Flip of the Shippa. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you for joining us on this Christmas day. So here's Disney. Again, Disney's declined quite a bit. Again, we've sold cash secured puts already at 85, even though it dipped below that. They didn't get exercised. Again, we'll talk about it later. I'm a little surprised it didn't get exercised. And then it bounced back up. So good opportunities if you want to go long in Disney. Here's FCAP, which is that regional bank. You can see it's very choppy. You see I'm looking at a buy around 23.35, 23.44. Again, it's pretty liquid, choppy. It's a little bit hard to trade, but it's got a decent risk reward profile. Looks like, potentially stable bottom, swinging back up, pays somewhat of a small dividend, 26-cent quarterly dividend. Last ex-dividend date was 12/15. MP Materials we like. You can see it had a pretty steep decline. You see I'm looking, a good price would be in the 23.36 area, which again is pretty much a low. MSOS, this is the ETF on cannabis. It looks like it may have achieved a stable bottom at that support level. So if it's stable there and swings back up, that might be an attractive long there on cannabis. Seagate, again, it's run up a little bit. I'd like it a little bit cheaper. Back at the previous low. See, it pays a small dividend. Last ex-dividend was 12.20. And then we've got UVXY, which is volatility. Now, again, I monitor my entries on UVXY and SVXY, which is the short on the VIX, based on the VIX. So I'm looking for the VIX to drop down below 20. I think I said that 1895 was the most recent low in the VIX. So I would use the level in the VIX to determine an entry in UVXY, as again, otherwise it's going to continue to decline just based on, deterioration due to the leveraged ETF. So again, I always use the VIX to determine entry points and exit points using UVXY and SVXY. But again, if the VIX drops down below 20 again and bottoms or turns, again, you need to be pretty nimble. You can see it moves pretty quickly, but a good opportunity in logging the VIX for some kind of volatility event going forward. We don't really expect anything, but again, that GDP data really triggered some volatility on Thursday. So if you were nimble, you could have made some decent money on Thursday just with longing the VIX. And then if you're nimble enough to turn around with SVXY and short it again, you can make even more money. So glad to see you guys all chatting well in the chat, helping each other out. It's great to see. So now we'll talk about our bullpen stocks. If you're kind of new to our community, the concept of the bullpen stocks, we're not watching them real time during the day. We put them on another watch list. I revisit them at the end of the day, see if the setup is improved. If so, we put them in the game. We move them up to our real-time watch list, and then we'll watch them real time from there. If they've broken down or they've run away, then I just take them off the watch list or take them out of the bullpen. So again, just ones I revisit at the end of the day. Again, we've been watching Amazon. We added it to the bullpen on the 15th. I've already sold a cash secured put against Amazon at the 81 strike price. Again, it's been under a lot of pressure. All the FANG stocks have been under pressure, tech stocks under pressure, etc. So, you know, we made some money selling that cash secured put. It's a January put. And you can see our due diligence on Amazon, previous due diligence on Amazon via this link here. Here's some new ones, BOSC, BOS Better Online Solutions. We added this to our bullpen on the 20th. It might warrant doing a due diligence video on this. We'll see it. I scan at the end of the day. I'm scanning for cheap, profitable stocks, ones that are trading below cash, or they have an upside risk reward profile better than 2 to 1. This is one that popped up in one of those queries that said it was profitable and had a decent risk reward profile. So again, we added it to the bullpen. You can see it's a communication equipment company out of Israel. They appear to be profitable. Again, it may warrant further due diligence before we take a position in that. We talked about MP Materials. We moved that up to the primary watch list. PALL is the ETF long on palladium. We talked about how palladium had taken a pretty steep decline. We added that to the bullpen on the 19th, and we'll look at the chart, and we'll also look at the risk reward profile for PALL in our ETF spreadsheet. SATS we've had on the in the bullpen for a couple weeks. SATS is a satellite communications company. They also own like Q's Network with the Maxar buyout data. We thought we might, get an opportunity with a catalyst for SATS. They do appear to be profitable. You can see our previous due diligence video on SATS via this link. Again, we've watched SATS before. We've made money on SATS before. And if it comes down a bit and is stable, we might move it back up to our primary watch list. Another one we added this week is TPB. This one showed up. I was looking at some of the industries in the FinBiz groups tab, and it looked like the consumer defensive sector was positive. So here's one. It's a tobacco company. Again, it looks like it has a decent risk reward profile. They appear to be profitable. We'll look at the chart in a minute. Again, this is one that also might warrant a due diligence video to get more information on, but it looks like it's an opportunity in a sector that would be good for recession-proof, inflation-proof. It's a consumer defensive tobacco. I know there's political issues with that sector, but again, we're here to make money, right? UROY, we've swung that before. It's a uranium stock. It looks like the most attractive in the uranium sector right now. All the others are a little bit higher. If it comes down a little bit, we saw uranium got pushed up a little bit on Friday. But again, if UROI comes back down a little bit, we've swung that profitably numerous times in the past. And then Zedge, we talked about for a couple weeks. It's a software company, an app company. We were a little concerned about the risk of them declining due to further tax loss harvesting. So we're waiting for it to stabilize, make sure it's got a stable bottom before taking the risk of going long in ZDGE, since it's declined, significantly the past year. So we'll take a look at those charts in Webull. So again, it's nice in Webull. You can have multiple watch lists. So here's our bullpen watch list in Webull. So Walter points out, yeah, Philip Morris would be a sympathy play with TPB, or TPB would be a sympathy play with Philip Morris, same sector. So we see Amazon, it's been, pretty bumpy, been declining. Again, we sold a cash secured put down at 81.30. It looks like it's continuing to make lower lows, etc. So if you're looking to go long Amazon, you'd want to see a good stable bottom. That 81.30 level was, a past support level. Here's that BOSC. So we can see, down around this 182 was the most recent low. It's been pretty choppy, pretty flat. If it happens to come down to that level, got a halfway decent risk reward profile. So again, there's a support level down there. It's got upside up into the 5s. So decent risk reward profile. We're risking down, 120 or so. So here's PALL, the ETF on palladium. Again, we'd like it to come down a little bit lower to the 143-ish area, which is a longer-term support level. But it's been coming down recently, popped up just a little bit at the end of the last week. So flip of the ship also likes Hostess as a consumer defensive. Yeah, sweets. So we've got EchoStar, Sats. Again, you can see, the 1526 was the previous low. It looks like it kind of bounced off that support level, bounced up a little bit. So we'd like to see it come down a little bit. Here's this TPD, which is the tobacco company. You can see its most recent low is about 1876. So that's kind of level we'd be watching. That looks like a support level. Paid a 6-cent dividend on the 15th, so it's paying a quarterly dividend. URLY, again, 210 would be the most recent low. It's got, nice upside up into the low 3s, so we've swung this back and forth profitably numerous times. And here's that ZDGE. Again, it's been declining quite a bit. We'll have to see if this, if it's got a stable support. We see it had a pretty steep decline recently, so we want to see it achieve a stable support. Again, it may be at risk due to any of these that have been declining throughout the year. We're at risk of tax loss harvesting, tax loss selling, but we expect the majority of that to have abated now. And would finish up, this week. So, and again, we'll talk about that briefly when we get to our shopping list as well. So now let me open our ETF spreadsheet and I'll grab a drink a sec. And we'll look at any of the ETFs we've talked about. And if you have a category you'd like to look at, sector, industry, etc., particular ETFs, throw those up in the chat and we'll take a look at those as well in our ETF spreadsheet. Okay. So let me shrink this down a little bit so we can see more of the risk reward profile links. So if you're not familiar with our ETF spreadsheet, and this is how we can track all the various ETFs, various commodities, indices, industries, etc. And again, our Patreon members have access to a folder that contains this spreadsheet as well as other tools, resources we provide to our Patreons. So if you'd like real-time access to this at any time, by joining our Patreon, you get access to that and any other tools and resources we provide. So again, some of these prices are based on Google Finance functions, and then some are automatically updated at the end of the day. So the support, resistance, bottom and top prices are updated via some automation that we run at the end of each day. And then the green highlights risk reward profiles that are 2 or better, which is what we're looking for. So I'm generally looking for 3 or 4 columns that have a green highlight, so showing that we have a risk reward profile of 2 or better. So at the end of the day, then I scan through these and look for, potential opportunities. So while I see if anyone's got any categories they want to look at, we'll look at palladium real quickly. PAL on palladium is one that we highlighted. So here's the risk reward profile on PAL, the long on palladium. You can see it's 52 weeks, a little below 2. It's a little bit above, the support level we'd like is about 143. It's at 163 right now. So, got pretty much a double between support and resistance. If it gets down to that 143. So I'd like it to come down there before I'd go long to get that nice risk reward profile. Also, we talked about natural gas. We talked about oil. So you can see if I get it down 1705, it's got a very nice risk reward profile. It's got upside up to 59. Again, we'd be looking really for a shorter term scalp on that. We see, coal, the short is run up quite a bit. But again, you can use that pair for, day trades, short-term scalp trades, make good money. Similarly, in oil, there's gush and drip, gush long, drip short, or UCO long, SCO short. So again, you can track the risk reward profiles and which one's most attractive at a given time using our ETF spreadsheet. We also talked about cannabis, MSOS versus MJ. So again, you can see the risk reward profiles for MJ and MSOS. Those are both 2 ETFs on cannabis. So we can see the 52-week risk reward profile for MSOS is a little bit more attractive. So, but we'd like it down, around that 653 area. So you guys are talking about bios, biotechs. Yeah, you can play Lab U, long biotech, Lab D, short biotech. Again, if you're talking a short-term scalp type trade, using those leverage ETFs is a good way to do it. I'm not real hip on a long-term swing in biotechs at this time. Same way with Bitcoin. You can use BITO to long or BITI to short Bitcoin. Also, China, yin and yang. Yang is the long, or yang is the short on China. Yin is the long. We're currently long on yen. The longer term trends seem to be positive, up on China. But on any given day, you can scalp and make day trades using yin and yang. And again, it tends to be pretty volatile. You can kind of see which direction it's going for the day. And again, make good money on short-term trades. Again, one of our philosophies and what we try to communicate to our fellow BeachBum traders and traders all over is there's plenty of ways to make money in any kind of market, bear market, bull market, etc. On any given day. There's plenty of ways to make money. And we hope that we communicate that, and we hope that you will share that with your fellow traders as well. As there's any market, bear market, bull market, volatile market, range bound market. There's plenty of ways to make money. It's just a matter of finding the opportunities, take advantage of the opportunities. So someone was asking about yen earlier. So we do have some information on the treasuries as well as the yen. So we've got a short on the yen. Here's one long on the yen. So again, the short right now is showing more attractive from a support resistance, but again, currently it's up a bit, and the long on the end's not looking very attractive. So those ETFs are not really showing any tradable swing right now. It does look like it's gone up recently, which that was the change in their bond policy, the way they're buying back bonds. Here's UVXY. So again, if we get, UVXY around 674, it's got plenty of upside range up to 23. It's, sitting a little bit above that right now. So if we get a little bit of dip in the VIX, we would go long UVXY. And you can see we like UVXY a little better than BXX just from the risk-reward profile. So again, we hope you will share our channel, our community with your fellow traders. Again, help them understand that you can make money in any market. It doesn't have to be a bull market to make money trading. There's plenty of opportunities on any given day to make money trading. So again, please share this with your fellow traders. Have them join our community, have them join our Discord. Again, our Discord's free to join. You can find an invite in the description box below. And again, you can send along an invite to them and get them to join our community. And we can all help each other make money and succeed in our trading. So does anybody else have any other categories you'd like to look at in the ETFs right now? I can look at treasuries just briefly. I didn't see Tanbeer here today, but as we discussed, the treasuries the price had been going up, but then with the GDP data, the Fed hawkishness, the price declined a bit, and we expect the yield to again go up, which means prices will come down to be more in line with the Fed interest rate. But you can see TLT and TMF. We're long TMF. Another way to play is TLT, but you can see I like the risk reward on TMF a little bit better. But there's other ways you can play shorter term treasuries as well, long or short. Yeah, again, Ollie in the Bay. Yeah, that's what we're trying to communicate is there's plenty of ways to make money trading. Yep. And anything we can do to help people understand that they can succeed in trading, make money in trading, irregardless of the market, is for all of our benefit. So quickly talk about our shopping list stocks. Let me grab a drink a sec. So just a quick reminder, the concept of the shopping list is, your list of stocks that you always wanted to buy when they, got to a good price, got cheap, got reasonable. We may be watching some of these Disney, Amazon, etc. There may be your shopping list stocks, and this might be a good opportunity to pick some of those up at this time. Again, our advice, our recommendation is, to make sure that they're not significantly down for the year due to tax loss harvesting, tax loss selling. Again, we just recently released all these videos explaining what tax loss harvesting is, what tax loss selling is, how does it work, how does the wash sale apply, and then also what is the Santa Claus Rally. Hopefully we'll see this the coming week of Santa Claus Rally. If we do see that, there may be an opportunity. Again, you can get more information via these videos, via the links in these notes on our channel. Very important to understand that if you are looking to harvest a tax loss on something that you owned this week, and it's something that you do want to buy back, make sure that you understand the wash sale rule and don't violate that wash sale rule and therefore invalidate your tax loss harvesting benefit. So again, it's important that you understand this concept of the wash sale rule and what the limitations are if you're trying to capture a tax loss for this year. So again, we've been reminding people for quite some time to, don't get hurt, don't get caught in this FTX bankruptcy fallout. Again, this is ongoing. I don't think that all the ripple effects have yet to be felt. So just, a warning, we don't want to see anyone get hurt in any of that. Also, beware of zombie stocks, zombie companies. We have a couple unlisted videos that explain in more detail about what a zombie company is, a zombie stock. We're still potentially going in a recession. Interest rates are still rising, so there's risk of these companies. And we're still on high inflation, and we still have rising interest rates, and we still have the risk of a recession in 2023. So make sure that your shopping list stocks are going to be resilient to all of those trends going forward, so that again your portfolio is safe from rising interest rates, high inflation, or recession, etc. We also have a video on how to make money trading in December. I know December's wrapping up. Again, we've talked about the video on the Santa Claus Rally for this week. And then going into January, we'll talk about, the various, the January effect, the January barometer, etc. We've also been talking about our strategy again in a bear market and a downtrending market. We saw an opportunity to sell puts, sell cash secured puts. So we've been doing that more. So as we mentioned, we sold one on Amazon. We sold one on Tesla. We have recently sold one that expired on which was Realty Income. So I'm looking to potentially sell cash secured puts on Realty Income around 60. Right now, Realty Income's a little bit up, but we banked some profit on that one. We also sold cash secured puts on Disney. Potentially, here's a list of some others that we might consider selling cash secured puts on, and the various strike prices that we might be looking at, and some candidate option prices that I've found and I'm considering. So again, in these notes, you can see some of the others that we're looking at and some potential strike prices and option prices that I've identified. So I hope that also helps you. If this is a strategy that you want to pursue, another way to make money is, again, via options. We sell cash secured puts. We sell covered calls. We sell cash secured puts when the price is going down. We buy them back when the price is coming up. We sell covered calls when the price is going up, buy them back when the price is coming down, and rinse and repeat and, make money. Again, I was a bit surprised. The price of Tesla and Disney both fell below the strike price that we had sold those cash secured puts at. Trying to figure out, why those were not exercised early. So I'm still trying to understand some of the rules and the behavior around early exercise of options. So I kind of expected those to get exercised. I would have been fine with that. Again, we're selling them at a price that we're comfortable with owning those stocks at. Even if it declines further, that would be just a longer term hold. If it pops back up, we can always sell it. So yeah, Walter Line points out, Tesla's been getting pummeled, wrecked. We were surprised it continued to get beat up even after it declined significantly, but again, eventually I think it'll recover from the levels at which we're selling those puts, and if not, again, we can swing it back up in the longer term. So again, you can get more information about our evolving option strategies. We have this video's been released, shows you kind of some of the queries, some of the data that I'm using, some of the automation that I'm using to assist me in these option strategies. We also have an unlisted video that goes through some specific examples, some of which we've now exercised, so you can see episode 2 in our option strategies. And also we have a playlist of options videos that talk more about how to sell covered calls, etc., in the various platforms in Webull and E-Trade, etc., how to monitor them in the charts in Webull, etc. And we'll be adding more to these videos as our option strategies evolve, and as we have more lessons learned. Again, we'll share that with everyone as we learn more about how to benefit, make money with these various option strategies. So, and again, if you ever have any questions, please, tag us in a question in the Discord. In our, we have a Facebook group as well. You can always contact us via social media with any questions you might have. All of the links to our Discord. Again, our Discord's free to join. And again, tag us with any further questions you might have. We'll try to answer them as we're able. You can find, again, all these links on our homepage, beachbumtrading.com, bum without the U. Again, links to all of our various social media platforms. So again, we'll try to answer whatever we can as we're able. Just a couple other reminders. Please vote on the poll for enabling two-factor authentication on our Discord. You can see an explanation of the pros and cons of that in this link in our Discord, in the announcement channel in our Discord. Also, we mentioned yesterday, start thinking about and please share what will be your New Year's resolutions regarding continuously improving your trading. Again, we'll be talking about that in more detail as we get into the new year. We'll share with you, a review of our New Year's resolutions and our New Year's resolutions going forward. So next week will be New Year's. So please think about and share your New Year's resolutions. And finally, as we talked about, contributions to retirement accounts and the tax benefits of that, I just had a question for the community. Do you all want channels in our Discord to discuss topics related to those types of things, trading various brokerage accounts, taxes, retirement accounts, IRAs, Roth IRAs, HSAs, cash accounts, margin accounts? Let us know in the suggestion box channel in our Discord if that's something that you would also like and think would be beneficial for our BeachBum trading community. Again, everything we're doing, our channels, our YouTube channels, videos, Discord, all of this is to help build a BeachBum trading community, to help each other out, help you all succeed in your trading. understand that there's many ways to make money, different ways of trading. To anybody can make money trading, and to help you all succeed. So that's our objective. That's why we're here. So please let us know how we can help you succeed in your trading. So if anyone has any final questions, if I missed your question, I apologize, but please throw it back in the chat. I could take just a couple more questions and then we'll wrap up for the week. Again, you can always ask further questions in our Discord, our Facebook group, via social media, etc. See, you guys are having a great chat. Again, that's a great thing about our BeachBum trading community is we have a bunch of great BeachBum traders that help each other out, help each other succeed in their trading. And we're grateful for all of our great members of our community. Thank you all for your active participation, for helping each other out. Again, we want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, Merry Holidays, Happy Holidays. We hope you're having a great Christmas, great holiday season. Thank you again for joining us in the chat and for all your support and active participation this year. And we'll see you again during the trading week and also next weekend. So again, thank you all for joining us. And we wish you great, very Merry Christmas again, and a profitable and successful trading week next week. So enjoy the extra long weekend, and then we'll see if we're going to get the Santa Claus Rally, and then we'll go into the new year. So Merry Christmas again, everyone, and have a great Christmas day. Thank you.